Hey, Josh here. Today we're going to do what's in the boot for an investigator as I do crash investigations around the country. So I'm just going to go take you through what equipment I carry around. We'll start right off here with a jump box. This is pretty essential equipment that every investigator that does this type of work needs to carry around with them. Basically, you need to make sure you have a good charge. That way, if you come to a vehicle that's been sitting for, could be just a month, could be several months, you know you can get the power to the vehicle and hopefully do what you need to do as far as download, which we'll cover that in just a few minutes. But always essential to have a good jump box. Hard cases, everything's got to be in a good hard case. And this one, we just carry some camera equipment. I've got a good 360 camera that I like to carry just for DTC codes. We got this Bluetooth, it's this blue driver, just plugs in. Once you have power to the vehicle, you can get some DTC codes that are on there. Good light, it can go on a tripod. That way if you get into a dark area, you can light it up. Some essentials with some batteries, cables, things like that that you need to carry around. So primarily this is our good 360 instant 360 camera. Foam pad, essential. If you've ever been to an inspection where you have to get down on the rocks, you'll know this is essential to have. Nice cushion pad. Measuring wheel, gotta have one of these guys along with multiple measuring tapes. Just make sure that you have a bunch of those with you because you never know when you need to cross-lay them and get different measurements. But this is essential, especially when you're doing some scene investigations and have to walk a pretty good distance back. This is part one or part two, however you want to look at it, of my download equipment. We'll go over the rest of it in a second. Just have all our cables for back powering vehicles. Have a nice voltage meter here. Always want to check the voltage on batteries, make sure that your car's not, or the vehicle you're looking at is not, doesn't have the integrity of the electrical system damaged. So that way if you start putting power to the vehicle, cause more damage or cause a problem with the vehicle. So in here we have some direct module cables, just a few of those, another tape measure. We also have a tire depth, gauge. Also we have PSI, so we can check the tire pressure. Work gloves down here, just multiple work gloves, never know when you need some hard thick ones or just something so you don't get oil and grease on your hands. A few adapters, just some additional adapters for the download equipment. Also have more cameras. This is going to be our GoPro setup. Sometimes it's nice just to have a nice camera set up on a tripod. That way you can basically video your entire inspection. So if anybody asks for that later on, whether it's court or an attorney, you can give that to them and let them see that you did the entire down. Flashlights, multiple of these. Always have one with a backup to that one. Reflective vest, especially if you're going to a tow yard, they may require you to wear one of these and put a flag on your vehicle. Make sure you have one of these in your another hard case here. This is going to be our back power unit. You've seen some of my other posts. This is the unit that I use, especially doing direct module downloads, but also I can add power, just like the jump box originally shown. I can add power to a vehicle using this guy as well. Use both of them interchangeably. These are a lot easier to carry around, especially if you're traveling. More gloves. Safety glasses. Never know when you have to wear these guys. From Crash Data Group, but it's a Bosch tool, or Bosch Tools. Nice green box so you can't lose it. And here we just have some more equipment, another flashlight. We're gonna have all of our cables to do any kind of back powering or repowering of vehicles. And we're gonna have also extension cables, so if you need to reach longer through a car, you have to go through it a different way. So the first one here we'll go over is the Can Plus model. This is what would be considered the older model. For older model vehicles and still some newer model vehicles, you have to use this along with maybe some of those adapters that I had earlier. But you're going to use this based off of what you look into the CDR application to find out which unit you need to use for which car. But this is still a very valuable unit versus the newer model because a lot of the vehicles haven't been transferred over to this newer model, so they do call for the older unit to be used. You got your different various cables to hook up to your DLC port, do your downloads, communication with your computer, communication with your vehicle. Newer model is the CDR 900. A little bit cleaner, easier to use. Communication can be done, I always do, or I try to always do it with communication through wireless through the dongle, so I can just lose one cable, don't have to use it. But again, you have an extension here, and you need to do direct to module versus if you need to connect in, go straight to the car to the DLC. It's all dependent on a lot of variables. Powering cables, extra computer, always have an extra computer with me with charging cables, and another additional way to power. If I need to get through my jump box, I can use this and plug in directly to repower or power up any units. Crowbar. This guy's helped me out in many situations. Never know when you're gonna need one. One more, almost forgot. Gotta bring some tools. Never know when you're gonna need some good tools. Another good set of hard, heavy-duty work gloves. Also a good idea, along with your padded seat, bring some knee pads, especially if you're crawling around on those rocks. Nice extension cable, about a 100-footer. Never know when you're going to need power and where you're going to need it from. And then we just have some miscellaneous tools, basically a socket set here, and a larger socket set here. Oh, a little heavy there. But just those go along with your pry bars, essentials you need to have with you.